All right, didn't get to everyone's testimonial, but that's fine. That's fine. Thank you for reminding me that. And I just dropped something. Let me go and pick it up real quick. I apologize. Ah, all right. Oh, all right. So everyone's doing fantastic, and I'm glad to hear this. Let me get all this deleted that I just put into my little box here somehow. Ah, all right. Moving right along. So, how you doing, Julie?
Doing really well, thank you. Whatever you did last week stuck. I'm
Oh,
feeling better about your little eye blinking thing, whatever it was.
what was
That
it
was
now?
I told you I was feeling, well, I was feeling worried about people taking advantage of me and stuff. And you're
Oh,
like, all right, well, close your eyes. How would you
oh, okay.
feel
All
if that
right.
really
Good.
happened? And then, like, open your eyes, and then how would
Yeah.
you feel if everything was fine and everything was wonderful and all this kind of stuff? And give me two words. And it was kind of like boom,
Right.
boom, boom. And
And
so, but
so,
that
yeah,
was, it was really cool.
yes. Yeah, I was doing something while I have to distract people to get them out of the way. So I say those kinds of things in order to do something. And I teach these things in classes, though. If you get an opportunity, Julie.
I wondered about that. I'm like, you don't have time to overthink when you're doing that. And I didn't, and I'm a big overthinker. So it was way out of my comfort zone, but very, very beneficial. Very beneficial. Thank you so much.
Oh, my honor, my pleasure. You're an old dear friend of mine. So, uh,
Hopefully I'll be able to see you tomorrow too in person.
oh, that would be awesome. That would
Yeah,
be awesome. And bring your neighborhood with you. So,
I would love to.
all right. We got a healing circle tomorrow in Scottsdale. And at the some church, I don't even know what kind of church it is, but it, do you know what kind of church I have there?
Yes, I do. It's a UCC church,
Oh, okay.
which is there. That's a very liberal
Yeah,
denomination.
All right. Great.
yep,
Thanks.
it is.
I've been doing it there for I don't know how many years. I still didn't know what kind of church it is. And for maybe about 15 years or so, I've been doing healing circles there. So I just never noticed, you know. But it's there's a program out of there called SNAP, Scottsdale Neighborhood Art Place, and I rent a room there for the healing circle all these many years. And we get sometimes a fairly decent crowd there, and other times it's smaller. I never know, and not like the old Chicago days where between 50 to 250 people would show up, which was really cool. And that was only word of mouth. So, uh, any case, let's see. Any questions? Any comments about anything I could try to answer? Please. Anything of how I work, what I do, anything. I will give my heart to answering. Liz, anything?
Yeah, I kind of want to I want to be in that state of no resistance to healing when I'm here. And like I just wonder if you have any suggestions. I mean, because I just really noticed like it was remarkable that I was asleep and things took. So I must have some inner resistance, when I'm
Well,
awake.
yeah, when you're awake, yes, we have our lives to live, and there's priority in our lives. And oftentimes those things are the resistance, even though we need to do those things, there's still resistance. And especially when, we're trying to analyze our own bodies or trying to figure things out or get things bother us, those are the resistances. Those are that's the part of being subjective. And when we're saying asleep, or that's when we're letting go. And that's when we're being objective. So that's my quick answer for that.
No, that's good.
But we can train ourselves very simply, really, to be more objective in life. There's a very simple exercise that I recommend to people quite often, and it's to go to sleep knowing that in the morning you're going to catch yourself, and you got to do this with all your heart. You're going to catch yourself waking up the next morning, counting with enthusiasm all the times that a thought comes into your head or a word comes out of your mouth of something that is not creative. And if you can count them, don't analyze them, critique them, think about them, try to figure them out or anything else. It's just counting them on your fingers. And then go on to the next one whenever it comes out of your mouth or into your thinking, counting it every single time. That throws you into the objective state versus the subjective. And you'll see that the first day that you start counting do it all the way up to dinner time. From the time you wake up to dinner time. And you'll see that you come up with maybe thousands of times. And those are the things that are pressing your psyche, pressing your atmosphere. Those are things that are influencing in every way your life. But you'll notice that as you count them at the dinner time, then go to sleep the next that night, the very next night that you do it the first time, knowing that you're going to wake up counting again until dinner time. And you might come up with 2 or 3 sets of hands and feet. That's it. And if you do it a third night, you'll see that you might even come up with just 1 hand worth of times. But patterns will break while you're doing that. Patterns will break. I'll tell you a real short story. Some people here have heard it before. When I first went into the order, I was just right out of Vietnam and everything, and the only language I knew was swearing. And so every word that coming out of my mouth was a swear word. And my second day there, as a novice, my teacher came up to me. He says, Mark, I got this great exercise for you. I said, yeah. And he said, what I want you to do when you're going to bed tonight, picture every single time that you're swearing in your head when you wake up in the next morning, and that you're swearing in your head or a swear word comes out of your mouth. Can you do that? I said something, yes. And he laughed and he said, okay, do it. So he came up to me the next night at dinner time. And he said, well, how did it go, Mark? And I said, you're not going to believe this. I came up with thousands of times, words in my head or out of my mouth. He said, oh, that's great. So he said, try it again tonight. I said, yeah. And so I did it that night again, pictured myself waking up the next morning, counting every single time, no analyzing, critiquing, figuring it out or whatever. And so he came up to me dinner time and said, how did it go? I said, you're not going to believe this. He said, what? And I said, I came up with only 2 sets of hands and 2 sets of toes, counting those times. He says, oh, that's great. That's great. Do it again. I said, yeah. And so I went to sleep that night, just knowing that I was going to wake up in the morning. I was so eager. And that's the only way that this works too, is if you're so eager and excited to do it. And I did it. And he came up to me the third night. He said, how did it go? I said, you're not going to believe this. He said, what? I said, I only came up with 5 fingers worth. And he says, oh, that's fantastic. You want to do it again? I said, no. So ever since then, I've never sworn in my head or out of my mouth more than 1 to 5 times in a day. Ever since then. So I know the exercise works. I've used it with other things, and I've shared it with other people for different things. And what you can do is to work with it in something, one thing that's bugging you in your life, of something that you don't like about yourself.
Mm.
Whether it be getting mad, whether it be being sad, whether it being whatever, you know, having a need for something, whatever. Make sense, hon?
It does, yeah. Yeah.
And so you got to do just for the 3 days and see what happens.
Okay.
Cool. Any other questions or comments I can try to answer? Oh, we have a few of us here. Anything?
My name's Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Hello, everyone. I have a sister that's miserable. She's always been miserable, and she blames everybody else.
Of
And she
course.
has to make you miserable to make herself feel better. And I went over to her house to drop something off, and uh, she started an argument. And I sat there and listened and stuff and made a couple comments that, well, that's not quite right. Because I made a suggestion to her and she
Sure.
misread it and stuff. But finally, whenever I try to talk, she just talk louder and faster. So
Okay.
finally, I just said, will you just shut up? And she went ballistic for a minute, but then she calmed down and we could actually have a discussion. But then I found out she talked to my brother and just blew this whole story out of proportion and how I'm making her sick and all this other stuff. Okay, so last night I wake up in the middle of the night and I start thinking of this, and I don't want to stay up and I don't want to think about it. So I started praying, God, please help me to allow myself to let go and see the light. And I kept saying that over and over again. And then I also said, please bless my sister. And after I said that several times, I was able to stop obsessing about it. And then I read to put my mind on something else, and then I fell asleep again.
Yes. Yeah, that's a way of letting go. And you're allowing a greater source to take over and to replace that destructive aspect, which is great. Otherwise, it's resistance on our part. And that's what we want to eliminate out of our life, is that resistance. And whenever we can find it, and we're never going to be totally complete in it, there's always something in our life that we're going to be resistant of. We may hear people next to us in a restaurant that are just swearing away, and we'll have ill thought, or that they're bothering you or something. That's resistance. And so we'll always have something. And we may see something, someone hurting someone else, and you may want to go over and pop them, but you don't. That's resistance still. And whatever the situation.
Well, I
Yeah.
consider myself I'm my own worst enemy.
Yes.
And I need to stay out of my own way.
Yes, we are our own worst enemies. It affects us emotionally, mentally, biologically, in the psyche, everywhere. It affects us. And the more we're conscious of it when it's happening, the more ability we have to, it's almost like asking forgiveness inside of yourself at that moment. And that's what we're doing really when we're picturing it. And when you're picturing it and you're conscious of it, if you can say, oh, forgive me, picture what you're asking forgiveness for.
Yeah.
Then it kind of dissipates and the energies of it no longer can affect you for that particular situation.
You know what helps me too? If I ever get in a disagreement or something, I realize we're both wrong. I'm right and I'm wrong, and that person, they're right and they're wrong too, and make peace with that. And then I'm able to look at it more objectively and not so
Sure.
much emotionally, and take a deep breath and be patient.
Yeah, I don't even, that's what some people do, which is fantastic, if you can get to that place. Uh, what I do is I always, if there's the least little bit of conflict right there, that means I'm not communicating. So it's me. And I'll ask for that forgiveness. And then I see the whole situation change quite immediately. And then it's not carrying it on anymore. That's me, though, in what I do. Yeah. Good points, Mike. Good points. Yeah, thanks. Hey,
Thank you.
Aria, how you doing, my friend?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
Well, thank you. Very well. And all right. All right. Any other questions or comments, please? Anything I could try to chat about for a minute or so? Aria, you got anything?
Uh, I liked what you just said about the conflict. I was kind of getting settled in, and that's the first thing I heard. Um,
Yes.
let me repeat it back to you to make sure I have it, that when you're in conflict with somebody that you're not communicating, is that what you
Yeah,
said? Okay,
exactly. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it helps me to take a look at myself and see how I'm not communicating correctly. There's times that I've had to readjust myself maybe one, two, or three times, or four times in order to communicate, and in what I want to say, or what they're trying to say. I'm adjusting my thing inside as well, and being able to listen. And I've had to do that all my life, especially since I've been semi-conscious of that.
Mhm.
Yeah, good
Cool.
point. Yeah, yeah, exactly. All right. Anything else, anyone? Please. Aria, anything else?
I'm gonna write that down because
All right.
great.
All right. Mike, anything else, my friend?
No, I'm writing it down too.
Awesome. I better too, because I may not remember this.
You're recording it, so that helps, but yeah, writing it down.
It's funny. I've never ever listened to any of the recordings or even my books. I haven't read or nothing. It's once it's done, it's done. It's how cool. All right, Julie, anything? Okay, Ruth, anything, my friend? All right. All right, let's start with Ruth, my dear friend. Chat with me. Anything in particular you'd like me to work with, please?
Okay. Yes. So my right shoulder has been aching. We're in the middle of a heavy thunderstorm and a tornado watch,
Oh,
so
oh,
I'm a little jumpy, that's why. And there's sirens going off. So I'm like,
oh, wow.
yeah, I'm not sure what they're trying to tell us, but it's not that bad yet. Anyway, so in January I went skiing, and I at the next to last, maybe the last day, I forget,
Uh-huh.
I fell, not so bad, and then I tried to get up and I fell again. And that second time I landed on my right shoulder, and
Oh,
it was a little sore, but it's not bad. But I've been overusing it. I always sleep on the right side, and so I'm leaning on the shoulder all night. And then today I raked the yard for 2 hours because it was 70 degrees. And
wow.
yeah, weird weather.
Hmm.
Anyway, so it's achy basically.
Okay. Yeah, I'd love to work with it.
Thank
And
you.
that's my left. You're right.
Correct.
No, left.
No, I said correct.
Uh, Real quick question. How long ago was this?
A month ago, January.
Okay. All right. 1 second here. All right. Can you do me a favor and move around, see if anything is affected yet? And be candid, please. If it's worse, the same, better, what? You tell me, huh?
I think it's better, Mark. I'm not, I usually can feel where the particular hurt is on the muscles, so
All
I'm
right.
feeling. And that's also the side that tends to go out of, I don't know if it's dislocated, but it does that regularly, and that's related to that arm injury from the biking accident in 2012. So I'm used to it doing that, but it's this annoying crack. I'm like, oh, you again.
Oh
So,
boy. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
it goes on.
now what I saw when I was working with it is what you said, that it was weather related. It's like a injury that's going to be affected by the atmospheric condition.
Storm. Okay. Yeah.
And so, and being so new as it is, a month, that's nothing. And so let's see if we didn't ease it some to help it to feel better.
Right. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, my honor, my pleasure. All right. Good, good, good. All right, Liz, anything in particular you'd like me to work with? Any one thing, please. I can't hear you. If you have to unmute. There you go.
Sorry about that. Yeah, still my intestines. So it's where I had a megacolon and C. diff, so it's like around the whatever the ileum, or yeah, the C,
Hey,
like where they meet is where it seems to be, whatever, probably scarred the most, or yeah.
can you do me a favor and point to the area? I'm
Okay,
so,
sure.
1 second. I can't see it.
Shit, sorry. Oops. I should try the cursing thing too.
So
Right
right in
here.
there.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I don't know anatomy, so,
It's where the large intestine and the small intestine meet. It's at that, it's like two pipes meeting together. And
all
that's
right,
my
sure.
intestines blew up and then got C. diff afterwards. So yeah.
And
Yeah,
keep talking.
so yeah, so it affected the movement of my intestines, but it could also be spinal fusion that's made my intestines dead and sore. I don't know, but for some reason they woke up this week.
And keep talking a little bit more.
And it felt like my organs dropped back into place this week. It felt like they were twisted and they relaxed and dropped back into place. So, yeah.
All right, and talk a little bit more.
And yeah, that's about it. I'm still sore in my back, but but yeah. Anyway, so I feel like everything dropped back into place and
All right.
my major
Now-
roles are working.
Oh, all right, good, good, good. Not
Yeah.
good, but I understand what you're saying. Now what I want you to do is tell me if you push in just real gently, tell me if you notice a difference compared to before, if it's tender.
Yeah, it's cooler. It's not as hot.
Good.
It's cooler. Yeah.
All right, let's see what happens with this, hon.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You got it.
Yeah.
You got it. All right. Thank you. And Julie, my dear friend, chat with me. Tell me something. Turn on your mic, though. I can't hear you. I can't hear it. There you go.
I know, I had to find it. My left eye is giving me some issues. So I would just like some work on being able to see more clearly out of that left eye.
All right. What's happening with it, Julie?
I think I'm developing a cataract and I need for it to stop. I need it to stop developing and go away.
How
So,
long has it been like this?
oh, a while.
Okay. All right. Let's work with it and see if we can hopefully help it to see better. That's in your left eye, my
Yes, sir.
right. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Look around. Is it as blurry or worse or the same or better? You tell me, hon, and be candid.
I think it's about
There.
the same, but I feel like movement.
Okay. Let's see if something
Movement.
happens from that.
Yeah, I feel movement, some pressure, like under here too, kind of around here.
Now, did the
So, yeah,
pressure
something
break at all?
moves. It feels a little like puffy, but I
Okay.
feel like things are kind of moving. It's kind of weird.
Okay. It
So
is
that's
weird.
good. That's good.
It is weird. So let me, what I want to do is work with it one more quick time here. All right. Now, if you move your head around a little bit and did whatever you did with your eye, do you still sense the pressure? Not to talk you into anything, be candid.
It's a different kind of pressure now. It's kind of dissipating a little bit. It just feels like it's right. It just feels like something's moving around,
Okay.
which is good. It's moving maybe away and moving on because I
Yeah,
don't
I
need it.
call that really tiny, tiny little eye people. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, I'll buy it.
All right. Awesome. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Also, anyone, if it's, and thank you, Julie, also. But if there's anyone that wants to give something from the heart, the money goes to good use. It's not only for us, but it's for other things as well. And it's on the website. There's a little gifting tab. If anyone's interested in that, please feel free. And let's see. Aria, let's do Mike first. Let's do Mike first. I want to hear what Mike has to say.
I don't have much to say. My back's 99 to 100% better now. And you're a big part of that because when it was at its worst, you got rid of like 75% of it.
Cool.
And then I figured out the stuff that I had to do, and I finally found what worked. And I
Awesome.
had toxins in the deep muscles, and I got some cupping, and it pulled it out.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I've
And
heard about that. Yeah, that's neat.
yeah.
That's neat.
So, and I haven't seen my friend Danielle yet. I've been missing her at the gym, but when I see her, I'll ask her about her sciatica and if there's any changes in it, because I asked you for a blessing last week for
Yes.
her,
Yeah,
or the
most
week before, I
interesting.
guess.
Yeah. And,
Yeah.
all right, good,
So
good.
if I could just have a general blessing, I'd be
Oh, I'd
grateful.
love to. Yeah. All right. You got it, my friend.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. All right. And so, you know, I used to run a dating service for chickens, but I was struggling to make hens meet. All right, yeah, okay. So that was bad, wasn't it? That was bad. All right, Aria. Uh, yep.
At least we all smiled. We were all laughing with you, Mark, not at you.
Thank God. Thank God. Aria, talk to me. Tell me your situation. What would you like me to work with on?
Fine.
Yeah, write that one down too.
Yeah, all right, here we go. Hens meat, okay. Um, um, my son Sam had pain on one side of the back. He thought it was a kidney stone. Then he had some burning, so he thought it was a kidney. I'm sorry, UTI. And a friend of mine keeps saying he's got something on the I forget what side it is now. Left side, something on the left side that he needs to see a doctor about. And I got ready to take him to the hospital the other day because I looked up, kidney stone, and I was like, all right, let's go. And then he said, I'm not going unless there's pain, and I'm going to take a nap. And he took a nap, and he says he feels fine now. And then he does things like not contact me for 48 hours, which makes me insane. I'm like, oh my God, he's dead in a ditch somewhere. And so if you could help him with whatever's going on with his left side in the back, and also get him to contact his mother more rapidly, that would be great.
I'll ask a blessing on him for the last part.
Okay, good.
That'll be first.
I don't need it to be like right away, but just, not 2 days later.
All right. Now, this may take care of the situation most immediately, or it'll show uh, him in some way what the real cause is. Uh, so whatever way it transpires. But I think that it'll help to take care of the situation most immediately. That's my impression.
Thank you.
Blessings. And what about you? Anything in particular?
Oh, my memory and attention span is it's scaring me.
Your memory?
Yeah, like I'll be fine and then I'm not, you know?
Are you doing any kind of focusing exercises? No.
Well, that's part of my work.
I
mean,
know, but in other things, that's for other people. What about for yourself?
No,
Are
I'm
you
not. I'm not.
okay?
Okay. Okay.
All right. You might want to look for a focusing exercise. Even, I mean, getting out of the spiritual aspect, do something for this world. That's where your memory is incorporated in. And
Mhm.
so, what kind of exercise can you do? When you're every single time, you're driving, correct? And you drive a lot every day?
Not
Okay.
anymore.
Okay. Just
But I
some.
don't hesitate to drive or anything if that's what you mean. And I don't mind
Okay.
long drives. So,
What you do, you go to a parking lot, and wherever it is, shopping center, food store, whatever, doesn't matter. Any kind of parking lot. And you park somewhere and you go in. I don't care if it's a half a block away, a quarter block away, or 5 miles away, whatever. But before you go into the store, look where your car is. There might be, say, at a shopping place, there's a area where people put their baskets. Picture all the baskets there, and there's two sides to it, correct? Where people put the shopping baskets in. Imagine that those two sides are goal posts.
okay.
And then go into the store, and uh, this is just one example out of a billion. But you'll know where your car is once you leave the store, even if you forget. That's one way of focusing. Picture two goalposts, or picture in front of you. Make it a point to picture in front of you what letter of the name of the store is closest to your car, or right in front of the car, or whatever.
Can I just quickly say something?
Sure.
I will absolutely do this. And it's not little things that I'm forgetting, it's big things.
Okay. Like conversations, or
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, like what day it is, where I am. Not what day it is, but I
All
don't know
right.
how to describe it. It's just I
Sure.
don't know
All
how to
right.
describe it.
You want
It's not little things though. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry. Thank
my
you.
suggestion is
Mhm.
number one, I remember nothing. Nothing. But
Well, then I'm fine. If
and
you
then
remember nothing,
but
sorry.
at the same, I'm sorry, you finished first, huh? I'm sorry. All right. At the same time, I always know, and I always take it to heart, very lightly to heart when I don't remember something, because I always know if it's important, there's always someone to remind me, and or some memory will come back to me that I need to do something, or I need to remember something, but I won't remember it. I let people remind me what it is. I let my mind just go way out. I don't get bent out of shape over it. And I remember
Okay.
nothing ever since childhood.
Okay.
But I take it very lightly. I even laugh at that at times. And that's my life in doing just that. But let me ask a blessing on you for that.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you.
All right. And even if you're at a store, be sure to look in front of you and see what's in front of you, what object. Say if it's a bin full of icicles or something like that. Who knows at this time of year, Chicago. But imagine people going to the bin. Imagine this in your head. Imagine people going into the bin and throwing icicles at your car. Anything. Anything.
So while you were asking a blessing on me, I realized that when I told you, I'm not worried about little things, it's big things, that if I do the goalpost thing and do focus on the little things, I'm more in the world. And I thank you very much. I did not see the wisdom at first. Thank you. That's perfect. I will
Yeah.
do the goalpost. Yeah.
Yeah. Or whatever it is, whatever you can picture around you. Use your imagination. Like if it's, icicles in a big bin next to the store,
Yeah.
people throwing icicles at you. This way you'll know where your car is or whatever.
I love that idea. And I'm going to do
Yeah.
that in the summer.
Cool. All right. Awesome. Awesome. And Nini, anything in particular, my dear friend?
Hi, Mark.
Hi.
I'm okay now with the vertigo. My only thing
Great.
now is my my little granddaughter, 6-year-old. I
Okay.
would just like to have her to give her a healing prayer for her chest congestion, cough, and fever on and off for like 4 days now.
Okay. Yeah, I'd be more than happy to. But understand, kids are always going to be sick.
I know. Yes, thank you.
My pleasure. But yeah, because they're going to be around other kids and they're breaking into the world, their bodies are, and
Uh-huh.
everything, and
Yes,
trying to adapt. All right. Yeah, I'd
thank
be more
you.
than happy. I just worked with a mother that she called me and she said that her daughter's been about the same age as you were saying, around 6,
Uh-huh.
and her for I think 3 years now, her daughter's been constantly coughing
Uh-huh.
and nonstop. Doctors can't figure out whatever, and she asked me to work with her, and it was all taken care of in 30 minutes. So
Oh, thank you very much.
I never know how or when or why it's going to happen. But
Yeah.
all right, I pretty much leave it to the old one upstairs. Rather be me.
Yes. Thank
I
you.
say, take over, boss. All right. You got it.
Thank you. Thank you, Mark.
Oh, my honor, my pleasure. Ruth, how you doing? How's your right shoulder? Do you notice any difference yet?
Yeah, it feels fine.
Okay,
Thank you.
awesome. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. Hey, talk to me. Tell me how you're doing. How do you feel? Turn on your mic, Liz. Can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling in really good spirits.
Awesome.
I'm feeling a lot of joy.
Good. Enjoy it. That's what joy is for. All right. And remember that joy. Good.
I will.
Julie, my friend, how's your eye? Do you notice any difference? Same or worse? Foggy?
It feels, it's changing. Something's going on. I don't know what. I don't know
All
what.
right. Good. Don't try to figure it out or analyze it, critique
No.
it. Good.
Analysis is paralysis, and I do it all the time, but I'm trying not to do it.
Testing yourself. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. And Mike, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing okay. You know, I was just thinking the police came to my front door a while back. A police officer came to my house. He said he had complaints. He said
Yeah.
he had complaints that my dogs were chasing people on bicycles. I told the police officer, my dogs don't even own a bicycle.
I hear you. I hear you. I've had
Even
to
if I
tell
owned a dog, I certainly wouldn't buy him a bicycle. I'm done.
Wait,
lock your dogs up.
can I say something really quickly too?
Sure.
Aria, you really helped me too. So
I'm sorry, what?
I just want to tell you, you really helped me too.
Oh, thank you.
With, I mean, I feel like I get kind of spacey sometimes,
Uh-huh.
and I don't know why, but I kind of scare myself a little bit sometimes. So, but anyway, so I'm gonna try the goalpost thing too.
Well, Mark, I think Mark helped us.
Yes.
Well,
Well, I know what you're saying though. If one, I felt my eye feeling better. Thank you, Mark, while you were working on Julie. So, is that what you mean, Julie?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't even aware that my eye wasn't feeling well, but if I was like, oh my God, it feels better. Anyway, so
yeah, it helps me too. But I've always, had no memory. Very, very little. Ever since I was a little kid, I remember that. See, I remember that though. But I haven't had a good memory since then, since childhood.
okay.
I remember that.
You remember some really good jokes.
I got it right in front of me. Oh God.
I just want to know when you and Mike are gonna do stand-up.
Oh boy. All right, Mike, we got new jobs. All right. And how you doing, Aria? Pretty good? Aria? Yeah,
Yeah, I guess, yeah. I mean, I feel a little bit safer. Thank you.
good. Excellent.
Actually, maybe a lot safer. For some reason, my stomach is relaxed. So maybe that's where I was carrying my
Good.
attention of worrying about my son and
Yeah,
attention memory. Thank you.
I hear you. I hear you. Yeah. But both of y'all keep in mind that I laugh a lot when I don't remember something. I think it's exciting. I think it's, oh, I wonder what's going to come out of this. Or, who knows what. I don't worry about it. I don't get bent out of shape because I'm so used to it.
You know, I think it's really important that I learned how to laugh at myself. You
Yes.
know, it allows me to be patient
Yeah.
and how to let go. And not only that, I'm continually uh have humor because I'm always laughing at myself.
That's
You
awesome.
know, nothing's perfect. I certainly ain't. I just don't want anybody else to know.
I hear you. But people will look at me sometimes and they'll see me burst out laughing for no reason. So people do find out. And then they kind of walk away, you know. But that's okay too. And Nini, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing fine, Mark. Thank you.
Excellent, excellent. Well, I really want to thank everyone for being here. And remember, keep up with the events and everything else. We have workshops coming up. In a few weeks, we have the 4-day workshop on Zoom. And we also have the 2-hour workshop coming up on Zoom on the same topic. And if anyone's interested in that and they need financial assistance, let me know. I'll give you a good reduction in price. And they're awesome workshops. And I've had the same, for the 4-day one, I've had the same people coming back every single month for a new workshop for, I guess, about maybe almost 5 years now. And they just love them. And I enjoy the workshops. And if anyone wants an appointment, let me know, either a 20-minute appointment or an hour appointment, up to an hour, let me know. Or come to the Healing Circle and whatever. So any other final questions or comments, please? Anything, anyone? And don't forget, if it's within your heart, do the gifting on the homepage, markearlix.com. I don't know anything else to say. So blessings,
Okay.
peace
Bless you,
be
Mark.
to everyone.
Thank you.
Bless you, Mark. Good night.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Thank
Bye-bye,
you.
everyone.
Bye-bye.